Welcome to the Like Sneaker channel. My name's Chris. For those who are new, a warm welcome to you. For those who have returned, as always, thank you for the support. This is a special video. It is a collaboration sneaker for our underrated brand that has been around for quite some time. The American brand KangaROOS, nicknamed the Roos, was established in 1979, famous for its training shoes with a secret pocket big enough to hold a locker key and a few loose coins. But they do have a model line called Made in Germany, which is known for high quality and uniqueness, and the sneakers are physically made in Germany. With the Street 355C, KangaROOS had launched a collaboration with Thatboii Boutique, founded in 2016 by Cello, who is not only a creative director but also works as a DJ and producer. The Munich-based brand is mainly known for its high quality and limited t-shirts and special items made locally in Germany. Without further ado, let's rate the KangaROOS Ultralite Thatboii Street 355C. Here we go. Take these out from the box. So released in July last year, they were set at a retail price of £170 in UK. I purchased my pair from a German sneaker retailer called A Few. I am typically a UK size 10, but they were sold out, therefore went to obtain my next available size, which is the UK 9.5. The model, which originally comes from the 80s, was reinterpreted in a collaboration which is a reminiscence of a BMX silhouette. This was inspired by the designer's love and passion in riding his BMX during his youth. He also wanted a sneaker that is an all-rounder and works with many different outfits and can rock every day with. The name of the sneaker is Street 355C. He believes that street represents the street character of the shoe. The 355 means there are only 355 pairs produced, and C stands for Cello, the name of the creator. I do really like the background story behind it, and therefore I will give this score of 9.5. So we have a lid open cardboard box with the Roos and Thatboii imprinted on the lid. On the side we have some black typeface, and to confirm this is the 134th pair out of the 355 that were produced. The label reads KangaROOS collaboration with Thatboii, the model number with the colour as steel grey, vapor grey and size Euro 44. Inside you can see the wrapping paper which have the Thatboii signature print. You have the shoes already laced up with these vibrant green laces. There is a cardboard sleeve with a few info cards inside. One of them gives good details behind the concept of the sneaker, the other is about the Dynaco midsole technology, mostly in German, and lastly the certificate of origin, which states it's made in Germany by Hummel & Hummel, which is reinforced by this little tag which was hooked onto the shoes when I received them. The most extraordinary things about these shoes is that they come with 4 extra different coloured shoelaces. The most I've encountered for one pair of sneakers. These comes in honey yellow, white, standard grey and dark grey. It would have been nice if they added some elements of the BMX on the box. Nevertheless, with 5 different laces to choose from, it deserves a worthy recognition of 9.7. The sneaker was based on the KangaROOS handball shoe from the 80s. We have a combination of predominantly grey and off-white colours. The profile of this sneaker carries strong retro vibes. You have the premium suede and mesh upper toe box that is slightly raised. One of the features of this model is this really thick tongue, and on the reverse is the KangaROOS signature leather stash pocket to keep small items in. My favourite part is the eye-catching pair of green rope laces. On the lateral side you have the KangaROOS logo printed in white across the mesh with some detailings on the back. You can see the Thatboii logo on the heel tab. On the medial side you had a Thatboii's name branding in white. For the sock liner is in its soft and breathable fabric lining, and inside you had Thatboii 355C printed foam padded insole. Finally, all these coloured blockings of grey and hints of white is mounted on the off-white non-slip rubber outsole with the Roos logo and the ultralight traction at the bottom. I think the colours and styling is clean, and I would agree that this sneaker is quite versatile and can fit a lot of different styling of outfits. I will give this a high score of 9.2. I'm not going to lie, the suede on these pairs is probably the best I've come across. And most of this shoe is constructed in this soft premium suede. The tongue is partly leather and the rope laces are good durable laces. The most understated part of the KangaROOS sneakers is the rubber outsole, which is implanted with the Dynacoil technology, which is a shock absorption system originally developed by NASA for the Apollo program. The material was adapted for use in sneakers and has been used exclusively at KangaROOS ever since. The price does reflect the quality of the materials used on these, therefore I will score this an impressive 9.6. Unlike most mass-produced sneakers, these are handmade in Germany in the famous Hummel shoe factory. There is a promotion video which I have provided the link down below to show you part of the process of how these are constructed, which I find it captivating and worth watching. Having these in hands, I have to say they are truly well made with no glue stains in sight or scuff marks, which reflects the high standard of quality control, an exceedingly high score of 9.8. Now let's see what these are like on feet. In terms of sizing, I understand everyone's foot and walking style is unique. What I have done is I've measured my foot physically and I've provided you a simple guide on how I've measured my foot and my measurements. You can pause and view this guide in your own time. Hopefully this will provide you a better clue for viewers who are typically UK size 10 or US 11 or EU 45 towards the fitting of the sneaker. So my foot physically measures 28.1cm lengthwise with a low arch. Normally with Nike Air Max 90 or Nike Dunk Low, the UK size 10 fits me well. These are an EU 44, which is a UK size 9.5, and in terms of width, they fitted okay as the toe cap area is quite wide. When trying them on, I didn't find it discomforting, but after wearing them for over a few minutes, I find it is slowly cramping into the tip of my toes. Lengthwise, I may need an extra 5mm, so going up half a size might be a perfect fit. Therefore, probably I say stick true to size. I used to own a pair of KangaROOS when I was really young, and I had fond memories of the brand because they were one of the most comfortable sneakers I've worn, and that I look forward to every time I go out and play with. I personally find these KangaROOS not as comfortable as expected. The rear support is good, but the front half of the footwear is where I struggled. I think this is mainly designed for handball sport, which means it requires low traction. Therefore, from the waist to the toe cap, based on the low profile and contour towards the front half, is far more grounded to floor level with minimum padding. So people who are flat-footed like me will find it not that comfortable for long durations. But to counter this issue, I may need to replace the original insoles with a thicker padding. Having said all that, it doesn't necessarily mean you will find it unpleasant, as our foot shape and contour are individually unique. Still, my scoring will need to be based on the original insoles and how it felt on my feet physically. Therefore, I will score this a 5.5. I would say that these sneakers and the designer have accomplished in providing a classy and premium sneaker that is versatile and goes with most styles. What makes it even practical is that you can choose from 5 different laces to further match different outfits. But like any constructed suede sneakers, it is not waterproof and not suited to wet weathers, so it needs a coat of suede protector and water repellent. I will score this at 8.5. As I've mentioned, these sneakers are limited to 355 pairs, which are extremely limited, and they did sell during the initial release. But what I've observed was there were still a few sizes that were still available even 3 weeks after their release. Looking at reseller sites, there are a few that are up for sale, but I would say the KangaROOS brands are more for the people who strongly appreciate the brand rather than for reselling. I would probably conclude that for the few that are on this resale market, they may need to play a long waiting game for someone to purchase them in order to make some form of profit between £30 to £80 at the current asking prices, or waiting for them to be hyped up and sell it at a higher asking price. For real sneaker enthusiasts that appreciates a quality handmade and versatile sneaker, and for £170, it is not a bad price. This silhouette definitely carries the retro vibes from the 80s, and what makes it even special is that there are 5 different colour laces you can swap around with. As I've mentioned, these are limited to 355 pairs, therefore the chances of bumping into someone wearing these at the same time are extremely low, which is a selling point. For me, these are averagely comfortable for flat-footed people. However, they might fit better for feet that have a normal or high arch. To conclude this review, I think Thatboii have successfully revamped the face of a handball silhouette into a BMX sneaker. My overall score will be 8.5. I personally have a soft spot for the KangaROOS, and it's been a while since I last purchased a pair. I really do think they are a quality and an underrated brand, and I hope sneakerheads out there will give them a chance. And please do check out the making process video in the link down below. These 2 partnerships have also just released another collaboration this month called Le Club, so that will be interesting. Please let me know how you feel about these KangaROOS Thatboii collaboration, or even the KangaROOS brand in general, whether you agree with my overall score, and if you do have a pair, how do you find your pairs in terms of fit and comfort? Many thanks for watching this video. Appreciate if you can leave me a quick like and subscribe, as it helps the YouTube algorithm for my videos and channels, and I will bring you more sneakers for reviewing. Like Sneaker signing out. So we have a lid open cardboard box with the KangaROOS and Thatboii imprinted on the lid.